Hi everyone! As the world still is a crazy mess out there, I hope you're all safe at home playing your favorite games, and maybe even sparing some time to watch me bark this week's news. That being mentioned, some really interesting and cool stuff happened in the gaming world this week, so let's dive right into it. Well, so much for the old DualShock controllers. It looks like Sony is moving on to the new DualSense with the future PlayStation 5 console. But before I get into the nitty-gritty details and my thoughts about it, I do want to point out the fact that PlayStation's marketing strategy sure is a frustrating one, feeding us small bits of information here and there. Come on Sony, just show us the console already. So first things first, the look of it. Well, a meme that's circulating online kinda says it all. It looks like Sony has also adopted a more rounded shape, the new DualSense getting closer to the Xbox original design. And with this aesthetic choice, the rounded up shape will end up becoming a common feature found on the controllers of most major companies in the gaming industry. Of course, there's still questions of how this new look for the PlayStation 5 controller will impact the feel you will get with it in your hands. And Sony specifies here that, I quote, DualSense has been tested by a wide range of gamers with a variety of hand sizes in order for us to achieve the comfort level we wanted, with great ergonomics. And besides that, if you are familiar with an Xbox controller, the feel in your hands will probably be similar. Also a departure from the base controller aesthetics, DualSense is getting two-tone design. Now of course some may prefer the more clean appearance of a single color, but I think there's a lot of potential here, especially because the light bar has also been moved to the top of the controller, sitting at each side of the touchpad. And I just can't wait to see some really cool designs using this aesthetics in special edition controllers, not to mention the ones with custom color schemes. Okay, aesthetics aside, what did Sony say about DualSense's features? Well, to sum it up in a few words, all the new features are part of the player immersion theme that's so emphasized on the PlayStation 5. Now, let's see exactly what these features actually are. The most notable feature would be the haptic feedback. Sony pictured this immersion to us in words, using the example of slow gritness of driving a car through mud. Also, this mechanism will be incorporated into the L2 and R2 trigger buttons. Again, Sony giving us the example of tension felt when drawing a bow to shoot an arrow. There is also a built-in microphone array. Now, this is an amazing idea. It's almost too suspicious how no one ever thought of this before. Of course, Sony does mention that this is ideal for jumping into a quick conversation, hinting that for long chats, a headset is preferred. Another change, or more accurately, an update, is the share button. It's going to be called the create button now. Sony assures us that the features we were used to on the DualShock regarding this button aren't going away, and that they just build upon those features to improve this button on the DualSense. Unfortunately, no other details were offered for the new improvements, their mentioning of it ending with this statement: "We'll have more details on this feature as we get closer to launch." And last but not least, another welcomed improvement will be a strong battery life for DualSense that comes with a custom-made rechargeable battery. So this is it, we finally get to see the controller. Of course, the design of the DualSense may hint to the future design of the PlayStation 5. As for me, well, as you can see, I chose PlayStation 4 when the last generation of consoles appeared. For now, I'm still waiting to see the look of the PlayStation 5 itself, before I make another decision of which console to choose this year. I love the Xbox X series processing power, but the looks of the console are also a factor for me. I also love the PlayStation 4 exclusive titles and its design, but I always got a better feel from the Xbox controller, so that means that I actually like the more rounded out design of the DualSense. Of course, these are just my tastes when it comes to design. What are your thoughts on the PlayStation 5 controller? We'd love to hear from you in our comment section. Remember I mentioned Valorant closed beta conditions in my last episode of Barking News? Well, to cut it short, one of the conditions to get into the closed beta was to link your Twitch account with your Riot account and watch some streams. Well, it appears that a lot of people are interested in this game, cause as you can see, in the Valorant category, the views blew up on Twitch. And the numbers I recorded now still aren't a representation of all the players that took to this platform for this particular game. Because at its peak, Valorant streams surpassed 900k and got all the way up to 1700k viewers. Now, this obviously indicates that this game won't struggle with popularity issues at launch. Let's just hope that it will become a great competitive game and maybe another interesting esport to watch. Well, it's always heartwarming whenever I hear any information about No Man's Sky. And that's because this game is the perfect example of a game that disappointed at launch, but continually improved itself along the way with new content for its fanbase. Such is the case now, the developers from Hello Games introducing a new way to explore planets, as mechs are available in a new update. Well, I'll bet exploring sure will be a lot more fun now. Once again, this is a very heartwarming example in the gaming industry, seeing as almost 4 years have passed since the game launched, and the developers still to this day constantly enrich the gameplay experience with updates full of content.